So you said you had some ideas about where you think social media is going. Well,
Sure.
where do you see it going?
I think, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm a big, and I think we have the beginning of the Clone Wars here. We've got the big, I know we have more social media platforms, than the big four. What I think you're going to start to see is a number of clones come out in the same way that Threads came out to compete with Instagram. I think you're going to start seeing 3 or 4 of each of these kinds of platforms coming out, and then it'll just be up to the organization or the business to figure out where they want to play. Yeah, some organizations are going to have to play on all of them, right? If you're a major company, you're going to have to figure out all of them, and you're going to have to have a presence on all of them. So you may have 4 or 5 similar platforms to Facebook. You may have 4 or 5 similar platforms to Instagram. Yes, they may all tweak slightly, but they're all image heavy, pictorial related. And so it'll come down to which one do I decide that I like better, right? Do I want to stay in the Google suite of things, or do I want to stay in the Meta suite of things, or do I want to stay in the, everybody will decide where they want to land, and then they'll also have to decide where's my audience. That's, just because you decide to land somewhere doesn't mean that that's where your audience will land.
I wanted to ask another question about social media. For instance, social media in its pure form is supposed to be a platform for engagement. But I find, and I actually am guilty of this, that a lot of companies use social media just to broadcast things. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, when we have clients that are like, okay, we want to start social media, and I'm like, wonderful. We're gonna, create a monthly social calendar. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna, make it a mixture of your own news and other people's news and all the things that go into a good social media calendar. I say, okay, this is one cost of us putting all this stuff out in your social, but true social media engagement is where it really matters. So, in theory, as we're putting out news on your social media platforms, people will be responding to those things, sharing those things, that kind of a thing. If you're silent or you're not responding to them, then you're exactly right. All you're doing is broadcasting at them. This is not a